Hello guys, today I'm going to install a set of Tien Motorsport coilovers, discuss why I chose these coilovers, and as these are Japan only, my buying process is getting these delivered from Japan. I hope you enjoy, please like and subscribe.
After cleaning the swap, I realized I needed new suspension. It was already on the way out before I took the tail dragging, but I think while I was out there, and definitely after the swap, I noticed that it's clunking real bad. So I went with, what you can see, some Tien's 10s, made in Japan. Got these shipped directly from Japan. You can notice they are Tein Monosport damper, which is an inverted damper, right? Has a lot more benefits over the traditional type. It's a really nice piece of kit.
As I've mentioned in past videos, I want to track my Spyder. My shocks were blown, so I was in the market for some new suspension. I'll admit, Coney inserts are probably the better option, but I wanted to be able to corner balance my car and have camber adjustment up front, so coilovers is what I was looking for. Out of the options, I considered S2, BC, and Fortunato. They all seem very similar on paper, but out of these, I'd go with S2. The owner tracks an MR2 and has some real chassis R&D into the product. Currently, BC only offers the BR series, and in my opinion, it's more designed to go low than to handle well. And I've heard a fitment issue with Fortunato coilovers, with people having to cut the strut towers to make them fit. There's also Feel 441 coilovers that look promising, but I haven't seen any reviews on them. So all these are sub $1,500 coilovers. Not saying that's cheap, but I've ran cheap coilovers in the past. They're great if your goal is to slam the car, but I want to go faster on a track. I was set to buy some Annex Club Sports when I came across a post on Spyderchat about Monosports. So about a year ago, when the car was still running, I contacted BC Racing trying to purchase a set of their RM series coilovers. Salesperson ignored everything I said and tried to get me to buy their BRs. I really wanted the benefits of an inverted coilover, which these Tiens are. The Spyder has McPherson strut suspension. In this type of design, your strut coilover acts as a suspension arm. Under normal daily driving, this isn't much of an issue, but on a track, at speed, a big vertical impact, like driving onto a curb, can cause the shock piston to deflect and fatigue and eventually causing failure. Having the big body of the inverted shock up top helps in this situation. Second, having the weight of the shock body up top by the strut tower reduces unsprung weight. For more benefits, check out the link below to the 10 classroom. So if inverted coilovers are better, why aren't all manufacturers building inverted coilovers? For one, they cost a lot more to produce, right? Two, they also can't go as low as your traditional coilover. And three, they require maintenance, right? You have to seasonally lube up the inside of the coil to avoid, or the inside of the strut to avoid binding. So because of that, a lot of your manufacturers here in the US, right, decided to not offer inverted coilovers, right? Most car enthusiasts, or a lot of car enthusiasts, are just looking to slam their car as low as possible to get that stance look. And in the past, or I guess more historically, people that are racing cars are spending a lot more money than $1,500 on their suspension setup. So I wanted inverted coilovers. BC continued the RM series, and the 10 monoflexes, which later became the Monosports, seemed unattainable until I saw the post on Spyderchat. If you go to the Japan Tien website, you'll see that these coilovers are 238,000 yen, roughly $2,284 before the pandemic. But since 2020, the yen to dollar exchange rate has fallen, favoring the dollar. In October, with the exchange rate, the advertised price of these became about $1,600. However, the quote I got was for 178,500 yen, making these some of the cheapest coilovers you can buy before shippings and fees. I unintentionally ended up getting these overnighted from Japan. Here's the story. Let's discuss the process buying these. I I reached out to Jesse Streeter and inquired about these parts. I sent him an email after work inquiring about the parts, and he or the company responded within a few minutes. I'm on the East Coast, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is 9 a.m. the following day in Japan. The quote he gave me had the price, his fee, PayPal fee, and shipping DHL or by sea. I chose DHL shipping and asked about an alternative payment method since PayPal was taking a huge cut out of the transaction, more than double the fee Jesse Streeter was asking. He came back with instructions and using Wise. I sent him the payment. 5 days passed and got an email that he received the part from Tien, and shortly after I got a DHL tracking number. That was Friday morning. Saturday evening, I was out of town and I got a notification on my phone that the package was left at the door. It was a day later, my coilovers arrived. All in all, it was a great experience. The coilovers ended up costing me about the same as some VCs with some Swift springs. In the future, I would use Jesse Streeter again to maybe get color matching hardtop or the Fun Sports front bumper. This whole process can be described on Spyderchat. I'll post the link below, and I'll also post a link to Jesse Streeter's website. Thank you. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Have a good one.